What is up, guys? Nathan Richardson here. I've got a short little break from doing some shopping for my mission, and I had a video idea. So, as many of you know, I went to BYU for 2 semesters, so basically a full year of school, before I submitted my mission papers. And in this video, I'm going to talk about why I did that, and then also give some tips for people who are wondering, should I go on the mission straight out of high school, or should I go to school for a semester or for a year, okay? In this video, I'm going to cover that all. Alright, so welcome. My name's Nathan. If you don't already know, I post a lot of content. I like to run, I like to go to the gym, I've traveled quite a bit, I like to go on adventures, but the main thing is I'm preparing for a mission for my church, and I'm going to be serving in the New Hampshire Manchester Mission for the next 2 years. I actually leave in 12 days. But I'm trying to put together a video series on my YouTube channel of all the things that I've learned about my mission and some tips for people who are preparing to serve their missions, you know. So that I've got mission packing list videos, I've got what pants to wear, I've got a suit shopping video, just everything. So please consider hitting subscribe and check out all the other mission prep videos on my channel. But like I said, today we're talking about, should you go on your mission right after high school? Or should you go to school for a semester or a year? Or even longer, you know? In my case, it was a little bit longer. So I've got a couple points. The first one is that I gained a lot of life experience. I've got friends who went straight on the mission right after high school. And you know, they were pretty mature, but they had never lived away from their parents. They had never bought their own groceries. Some of them had never done their own laundry, you know, they had never really lived within a budget or done things on their own, you know, like grown-up stuff. And so I think for me, going to BYU, living there in the dorms, going shopping, having to do my own laundry, being accountable, my own schedule, having to get to and from classes at different times, I think really helped increase just my general maturity, you know, just to be able to do things in life, if you get what I mean. One thing going to school for a year also really helped me learn was how to study, okay? On the mission, you're going to be studying a lot. You're going to have personal study in the morning, you're going to have comp study sometime during the day, and you know, it's not the funnest, but it's important. And what college did for me is it helped me be able to learn study skills and ways of studying that help me retain information better. And so I think that's going to be a huge help on my mission. Of course, if you go on your mission straight out of high school, probably learn great study skills in high school. But for me, going to a year of college, I think really has helped matured me a lot. The second point is I've been able to build social and communication skills. Now at BYU, you know, you've got the dating life, you've got your relationships with your professors, your friends, things like that. You really learn how to just talk to people. And that's what you're going to be doing a lot of on the mission, is just talking to everybody all day, every day. Because that's what it is, you know, you are sharing the gospel with everyone. Also, it helped me get comfortable with talking to strangers. Now, going to BYU definitely helped me with that. Another huge thing was I did summer sales for a summer. Now, I won't tell anyone to go do summer sales because it was the most painful and hard 3 months of my life. But let me tell you, those 3 months taught me so much about hard work, about putting in the effort, about getting out of your comfort zone, talking to strangers. You know, I was going on knocking doors. I was selling pest control, if you didn't know. And I just got comfortable with talking to strangers. And so now I don't really have the fear of going up and knocking on a random stranger's door. I believe what I'm teaching, and I think that it can make their lives a little bit better. And so what's to fear, you know? And of course you're going to get cussed out and thrown off the property sometime. That only happened to me a couple times while I was doing sales. But I just think that I've been able to learn how to talk to strangers a lot better. I was very shy in high school, very shy. I was just the weird, awkward kid. And now I wouldn't say that I'm extroverted or insanely social, but I can talk to people and carry on a basic conversation and just come off as personable and sociable. Now, the third thing that going to school for a little bit before I submitted my mission papers was that I learned how to really study the gospel and how to grow my testimony spiritually. Now, of course, you go to any school, you know, a college education is a college education, and you're going to get an amazing education to whatever college you go to, but BYU was especially the place for me. The religious classes there, oh my, wow. I took a restoration class, I took a Book of Mormon class, and let me tell you, those teachers are amazing. I learned so much, you know. I would just have conversations with my professors after class. That's what I loved about college, is that your teachers weren't just your teachers, they were your friends, and they actually wanted you to succeed. Unlike in high school, it wasn't like that for me. And so being in a place where my teachers were supporting me, they were giving me advice, telling me things about the gospel that I didn't know, answering questions for me really helped prepare me for this mission. And I just think I'm so much better prepared than I would have been if I had gone straight out of high school. That was the original plan. I thought that I was going to be ready out of high school, but I am so grateful that I decided to go to BYU for 2 semesters, and that I decided to do summer sales for a summer, and then even just work. So I've worked for a couple months even after that, just because I didn't feel quite ready. I needed to save up a little bit more. And so I worked as an ophthalmic technician. So that's just a fancy word for an assistant to an eye doctor. But when I started that job, even after doing sales, I was so shy and quiet. Like, I would just talk to the patients, hey, my name's Nathan, you noticed any changes with your eyes? Okay, okay, perfect. And I just type in a few notes. Now I am completely different. Like, last week I had 2 ladies tell me that I should be a radio show host just because I had such a bouncy personality, they said, and my voice was just deep and calming, and they just said that I should consider being a radio show host. So I was like, wow, I go from being this silent nobody to, hey, Nathan, you should consider being a radio show host, which is crazy. So I definitely have seen a change in, I wouldn't say my personality, but just the way that I interact with people has become so much more outgoing and mature. And that's going to lead me to my 4th point, which is just emotional maturity. In high school, you're a teenager, you've gone through some hard things, but going to college really, and doing sales, really tested me and put me in some hard situations. And I was able to turn to Christ and really rely on his help to help get through those hard situations. And so now when I go on my mission, when something hard happens, because I know the mission's not going to be easy, I know who I can turn to, and I know that Christ is always going to be there for me. And if I pray and ask for support, he's going to be there for me. All right, so we are kind of rapid fire going through these. I don't want this video to be too long, but another, I would say, big thing is that, of course, you don't want to delay your mission too much, but missions are expensive, and so don't feel bad if you have to, just take a couple months off from school before your mission, or just work in the summer to save up to prepare for your mission. That, I think, is extremely commendable. Putting in that work to pay for your own mission and then going voluntarily to serve the Lord, props to you. Props to you, okay? Missions are not easy, and I haven't even been on mine, but from what I've heard from all my friends who have gone on missions and who are still out on missions, it's going to be hard, and I don't think a lot of people realize what they're signing up for when they sign up for a mission, but I definitely know that it's going to be worth it, and I'm just excited for the skills that I'm going to learn in these next 2 years, and how my testimony is just going to grow and be strengthened. I'm just excited to become a new creature. I was pretty good kid in high school, but I was, kind of quiet and shy. I've already, in this last year and a half, grown so much spiritually and just becoming more mature as an adult. I have definitely changed a lot from who I used to be, and I'm just excited to see who I'm going to be in 2 years' time when I get back from my mission. Now, I think what I'll close this video with is how I think me going to school for a little bit before my mission is going to help benefit me after. One, it's going to put me a year ahead in school, and I've already got most of my generals out of the way, so once I get back, I'll be able to jump right into my major and, just be able to pick up where things left off. But I'll be able to really focus on what I want to do instead of having to do all those boring classes. Not that generals are boring, but your history credits, your English credits, things like that. I've already taken care of those, and so when I get back, I'm just going to be able to jump straight into the psychology stuff, which I'm super excited. That's what I'm studying. I'm doing psychology. Now, the one thing that I really want you to know, okay, because if you're watching this video, you're probably confused. Should I go out on the mission straight after high school, or should I go to college for a little bit, or go to trade school, or just do work for a summer, or do something before I serve the mission? I don't have a direct answer for you. I hope you can take some of the information that I've given in this video and take that to heart to be able to make your own decision. But truly, just be prayerful about it, and God knows so much more about your life than you do. He's made more of my life than I ever could. My plan was not to go to BYU before the mission. My plan was not to do summer sales ever, and somehow that happened. And my plan was not to work for an extra 4 months before I submitted my papers, but everything's worked out, and I'm now ready to serve. I'm not fully mature. I don't have the biggest testimony. I don't have everything figured out in life, but I'm ready, and I think that's what matters. So, I really want you to think, do you feel ready? the mission's going to be demanding. It's going to be difficult. Are there things that you want to improve on as a person? Are there things you want to get done? Is there a head start on your major that you maybe want to do? Take those things into consideration. But also remember, you don't have to know everything. You do not have to know everything. And so, sometimes just going on the mission straight out of high school is the right decision. It wasn't for me, but it might be for you. Overall, going to school was the right choice for me, and I think it can be a great option for others too. If you're preparing for a mission and thinking about college first, I highly recommend it. You're gonna have such an amazing experience. You're gonna meet so many people, and man, I just loved my experience at BYU, and I can't wait to get back there in 2 years. But of course, this video is just my opinions. Take to heart everything that I've said, but also be prayerful and talk with your friends and family to see if they have any advice for you. If you found this video helpful or useful in any way, please leave a like and comment down below where you're serving your mission. And please consider hitting that subscribe button and checking out all the other Mission Prep videos on my channel. All right, thank you so much for watching. My name's Nathan, and I'll see you in the next one.